Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hit the bell, subscribe. We have new content coming out daily. Make sure you subscribe. God bless you guys. Why is Donald Trump popular? Obviously, he has some celebrity appeal, but he's built an entire political movement on a change of focus. What happens in America matters more than what happens overseas. He beautifully brands this as America First. And on full display this weekend, we have Joe Biden sitting on the beach. And I've even, asked some of the resident normies in the world, what is the potential and possible explanation of Joe Biden sitting on the beach saying no comment? Not an exaggeration. Play cut 19. Joe Biden asked a question, no comment. Play cut 19.
Any comments on the Biden death toll now?
Will you come talk about the Hawaii response, Mr. President?
Doesn't care. Why would he care? He's never cared about Americans. Joe Biden is a craven traitor who cares about enriching himself and holding on to political power. He cares about Ukraine. He cares about neoliberalism. He cares about keeping the southern border wide open. He doesn't care about urban black crime of gangbangers killing each other and killing innocents. And it's on full display. He cares about 10% for the big guy. And as if it was planned, I'm not saying it was planned, but right on cue, they're blaming climate change. COVID was a dress rehearsal for what they want to do with climate change. Katie Hobbs, who should not be governor of Arizona, but she is, recently signed an emergency order over the weather. Did you catch that story? Katie Hobbs recently signed a declaration of emergency over high temperatures in Arizona. Weirdly, she signed it days after the highs of like 118, 119, when it was, 104, 105 this weekend. They're going to use emergency authoritarian powers that they trial ballooned with COVID, with climate change. Climate change is the perfect left-wing project. It justifies perpetual power. It has a vague threat against the enemy that cannot be defined or defeated. But sure enough, the solution is giving permanent absolute power to the same people who can't handle a wildfire. Listen carefully. There's this amazing video that went viral this weekend. I want to make sure I give attribution to him. This guy in a black shirt talking in a microphone. He was super smart the way he did it. I want to make sure I give it because a lot of his points I'm actually just taking from him. It's freedomblends.com. So I want to make sure I give credit to him. freedomblends.com, where he really picked apart this guy's video. The governor of Hawaii. Do we have the governor of Hawaii? This is not the one I'm looking for, but it's similar. This is Josh Green talking about the deadly fires and saying that there was no emergency warning to the community. Play cut 9, please.
Earlier, I spoke with Hawaii's Governor Josh Green and began by asking him to respond to those complaints from residents who say there was no warning.
Yeah, the tragic nature of this fire, which was made worse by 80-mile-per-hour gusty winds from the remnant of Hurricane Dora, took out telecommunications, and they were fighting 3 other fires. That's what I've heard so far. My understanding is a pretty robust siren system there, but it didn't work. Was there a human failure or equipment failure or a little of both? It's too early for me to tell. Much of the equipment was destroyed with fire, and it's a very remote place.
And now bubbling up in the media is blaming climate change. The next movement of lockdowns, of tyranny, is going to come through the green agenda. According to public reports, the fire was moving at 1 mile per minute, according to some estimates. Now, maybe I've missed it, but have we seen a single press conference of FEMA, federal response? I have not seen a thing, a shred. Why is that? It's not like there's any lack of money in the federal budget. We're spending $5 to $6 trillion in our federal budget now. We're spending hundreds of billions on the Ukraine thing. And when our own country deteriorates, and boy, this feels similar to East Palestine, doesn't it? Our leaders are not moved. They just disregard the homeland. They hate you.